All right. Boom.
You said boom.
My name is Darius Fogarty. This is the Dare Bear Podcast. We're here with future Grammy Award-winning artist. How will you introduce yourself, sir?
My name Bran singer, songwriter, stylist, a bunch of things. You know.
So, what got you into this space of entertainment?
What really got me into music is when I was a kid, I used to like go through a lot. So my aunt used to tell me like, instead of like being physically, write your emotions on paper, and then like, you know, when you get your heart broken or dealing with girls, I started writing a certain way, and then I said, oh, I might as well just start writing songs, and that's how I just started writing songs, and I ended up going to like jail. So like when I went to jail, I said, yo, I'm gonna really start singing and come home and like take that joint to another level.
How long, you don't mind asking, were you in jail?
I was in jail for 5 years. Like that's what really, like that's the birth of Brand. That's what got me focused. That's what got me like, really finding myself. Like when you're on the streets, it's like life is like too fast.
Exactly.
Like in jail, you can sit down and you can critique everything. If you're brushing your teeth more, if it's fucking, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I feel you.
Whatever it is, different ways, getting your body right. More people in jail is kind of healthy.
So tell me about how you grew up. What was young Brand New like?
I mean, my mother, when I was young, my mom got killed. I never met her.
Oh,
my mom got killed like by a cop. My father, I never met him either. I did foster care and stuff like that. Then my grandmother and them adopted us for like a period of time. I ended up going back into like placement as I got older.
Okay.
And this kind of placement kind of like shifted me. After I got a little bit too older, they kind of shifted me back home, like 16.
Okay.
So then coming home, and then that's kind of like, you know, basically it.
So you said you were living with your grandparents, and then you got placed.
Yeah.
So what does being placed mean?
Like a group home.
Oh,
for
wow.
boys, so
Yeah. Well, what was that experience like?
I feel like that kind of like brought like a brotherhood, like and all that. Different personality, different people, but it kind of like gave me like the best of both worlds, especially with like my personality, because you're around a bunch of different people and stuff like that all the time. So I learned that I was a leader instead of a follower.
I love that. So what were you like in school? Was school an importance for you, or?
I just went back to school and got my high school diploma.
That's a clap right there. We love that. Nothing wrong with that. That's happened.
I just went back to school, got my high school diploma. I graduated. I ended up having my son, my 12th grade year, and stopped going to school.
Gotcha.
I was real popular though in school.
I could tell. Got the drink. Yeah.
I was real popular in school. I had all the little bread and all that. But my decisions early on can always affect the future. So I'm just like starting to live as like a human. So
see, I mean, for all you came through, you know what I'm saying? Things. So you said what was it like being a father at that young age in 12th grade?
All the responsibility was forced on me. So I was kind of like forced to grow up. You know, my son mother, she kind of blessed me to be able to like she gave me my kid like from the hospital. So I had him for like the first year and a half.
Oh wow!
So it was like, I'm gonna come see you with the kid. So I kind of went through all the little, you know, things because her situation in car was a little messed up and all that. But I ended up, you know, getting a love for my son and actually having to take on a lot. I actually got locked up having my kid because I was doing too much, selling drugs, all that type of stuff. So,
how old is your son now?
12.
He's 12. So, is he like you? Like, do you see yourself in him?
Well, yeah, my son, real. He's like real caring.
I love that.
He's definitely a leader. He's definitely he's going to be a kid that actually made the college because I don't force like the aggressiveness and all that on my son. Like I don't even he don't even get abused or beaten at anything because you know in our culture that's kind of like but I'm raising him different. You know, he actually really good in school and all that.
I love that.
And he just started playing basketball. I wanted him to play basketball earlier, but he actually playing basketball right on time.
Yeah, exactly. When you on the also too, you said about your mother. Was your father in your life at all?
No, hell no. I've never met my father, so I don't have no emotions towards my mother or my father because I never like really met him. You know, I have an article with me standing on the corner my grandma holding this because the cop killed my mother. So we made like the magazine or some shit like that.
Wow.
You know the people with the hard hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they was actually standing behind my grandma with us in the corner. That little crack pandemic, what they call it, was crazy at around the time. So you know, cops was going around doing prostitution with the females is doing what they want, and cop end up killing her. You know what I'm saying? That's how the whole situation went.
Yeah. So through all of this, like, where was music in your life? Like, what were some of your albums you was listening to growing up, or some of your influences?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
That's a good question. When I was my grandma used to listen to like people like Dorothy Norwood.
Okay.
Ozzy Brothers, Temptations, Al Green, Teddy Pendergrass.
Okay. That good soul music.
Yeah, so she used to listen to all that. People say I be sounding like Jamie Foxx sometimes, but I used to listen to like all that other stuff, and I used to have drum sets, keyboards. So she used to try to keep us in music. That's the fact about it, because I used to sing in the choir.
All right.
Yeah, when I was young, but I was too cool. As I got older, like, man, I ain't going to church, so I was like, man, it is what it is. But when I was young, I used to sing in the church and all.
Do you wish you could go back and do that?
I mean,
looking back now,
I had bad experiences, like going to church, but like I believe in a higher power.
Of course,
like,
I think for me, one of the best game is that we praise God in different ways, right? So I feel like even if you ain't a good singer, I think singing to God is a form of praise, right? Yeah. And so I always feel of course you get to an age like this ain't cool no more, stuff like there. Right. But I think in general it's not about being cool, being nice. It's about thanking your Lord for even standing. You feel what I'm saying? Always saying that. What would you say you're transitioning to? You said in the street, so everybody's a kid. So when did you go from being a regular kid to being what you became during that time and running the streets? Like, when did you stop being like me and my friends watching Disney Channel to you being outside?
Yo, that's crazy that you said that, because I used to be a Disney Channel kid.
Everyone Disney Channel. You can. I don't care how hard you are. Everybody was rocking Disney back in the day.
Yeah, for real. I used to be a Disney Channel kid. All the shows, that's a rave.
Yeah.
All the motherfuckers.
I mean, you remember Even Stevens?
Yeah,
Even knows my shit.
Yeah, I used to watch all that shit.
So when did that change from Life is Funny to Disney to boom, we in the streets?
I ain't gonna lie, I used to be able to go outside. So my folks, like, when I used to not be able to go outside, and then like when she finally, like, one summer let us go outside, I used to hang with like the projects. So I used to hang with like 36ers. That was like my little squad I used to hang with. So we used to do a lot of like weird stuff.
I feel you.
Like be in the streets, probably throw bricks at people's cars. It started off the transition like that to where it's like now we in 8th grade, everybody fighting, and now we transition to like 9th grade and really getting in a whole lot of trouble because I got locked up in the 9th grade.
What for? What?
Bro, I got locked up from having a gun.
For 9th grade.
No, crazy part. I got locked up in the 8th grade, right?
You was 14.
Yeah, I got locked up in the 7th grade. By the end of the school year, 8th grade, I missed my whole 8th grade. I was sent in St. Francis, last St. Joseph. I came home my 9th grade year. And then I came home. That's when I really like started playing basketball my 9th grade year. But by like my 10th year, I got locked up again.
So so the real question is, where are these guns coming from? You ain't old enough to get a gun. You don't have to inculpate anybody, but someone just gave it to you.
No, anybody could like.
Did you buy it off the street? Like,
no, growing up, I used to sell crack. So by the 8th grade, I was selling crack. So that's why
you had to, yeah.
Yeah, so I was selling crack. I wanted fly shit. I wanted the shit I want. So it's like, damn, everybody always got guns for sale. You know what I'm saying?
So who taught you how to do that? Do you were you tall for your age? I'm thinking when I was 14.
I was tall. Yeah, I was tall.
You know what I'm saying? People, I was a kid.
You know?
Yeah. So was somebody like, hey, this is how we make money. This is what you do, or you just saw and then you just went into the flow what everybody was doing?
I used to play ball on my basketball course with my hood. Like for my school, but my hood used to believe in me. That's crazy. I used to be really nice and shit in ball. I could still play. I used to work out with Iguodala.
Oh wow.
Skinny Hakeem Ward. I used to work out with fucking Lou Williams.
I'm about to say Lou is my favorite Sixers.
I had Lou. I had Lou number. I used to talk to him all the time.
Listen, Lou Williams is my favorite back. Now, of course, people like, but I'm a big Sixers fan.
Yeah.
We should never let Lou should have re-signed. Lou should retired as a Sixer. Lou was the realest nigga on the Sixers, a straight hooper. Iguodala is funny. I always had this story. It was like my first time going to a Sixers game. I'm excited. This is when we had like Spencer Hawes and like that era of time when, you know, also too, fuck Andrew Bynum. That's neither here nor there. But Iguodala was on this. You know how you a kid, you want someone to sign your autographs? I remember Iggy was out there and he was like, get these kids away from me.
Yeah,
and he was like, damn. And Lou came around and was like, oh, you don't want an autograph? And boom, he was the only one that signed my book. That's why Lou the realest nigga I know. Because Lou came there and signed my book. So shout out Lou Will. But yeah, keep going. Sorry, I had to put that out there.
No, yeah, that's
like, we say Iggy, it was like, boo, Iggy, boo.
Lou Will, that dude. Ball, man. I used to play ball. Like, I used to be really nice in ball. My transition just came, like, just out of nowhere, being around that environment. Like, that's how I learned this time around. Like, I can't let, like, nothing ass sucker motherfuckers like you know, shot down what you got going on, because that's the environment we live in. I'm from the bottom, so
yeah,
you know, that's me singing. It's like, oh, he ain't gonna go nowhere. You know, that's their mindset.
That's sad.
So now, you know, they laugh, but they used to laugh, but now they like, yo, bro, what you doing?
Yeah, put me on. Oh, you would.
Because I stay consistent.
Consistency is key.
So that's the thing. Like, you know, coming from that, I think if you don't have your parents, or that's why young men don't have their fathers, like. You're going to end up becoming a product of the environment every time, because it's really like nobody who can push you away. You can be a ball player all you want, but it's just like
all your friends are doing the same thing. Yeah. Everybody making money. You only one broke. After a while. Yeah. So
after a while, it's almost like, damn. And you know, when you black, really your parents consider you grown. What, 15?
Yeah.
14?
Yeah.
Us men.
Yeah. That's true.
For the money, go get a job. You keep wearing the same dick sneakers every week. So.
Oh, wait 1 second. Let me make that quick break. Sorry, make sure. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just want to double check this. Yeah, everybody keep tripping. All right, we'll cut that off. Back to the. No, you fine. So I feel like there was opportunities. I was saying probably event, but I think there was opportunities in your life where you could have, you know, made that right when you made left, right? Yeah. So when you were balling and were doing stuff, why did you keep, you know, selling drugs? Was it just because I need the money, or was it a private environment? Like, you could have stayed in basketball, you could have focused on school and girls, but you still focused on that. So what do you think was the reason for you?
The crazy part about it, that's the lesson that I've learned. That's why my name Brandon, but the name Brand New come from, when you doing something positive, you can do the positive thing 90% of the time and do the negative 10% of the time. That 10% will take you all the way back to zero. So I was playing basketball, everything, going to the drug school leagues, balling in the camps with Skinny and all them.
Oh, great.
But guess what? I still was selling drugs. So that one thing, that environment, that one thing, like, set me back. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up shooting somebody, like, during that process of being a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like almost as if going through that, it needed to happen the way it happened to make me be the person I am, like, today. You know what I'm saying? Because I even made the news.
Oh, wow.
Shit. That's a crazy part.
Have you ever heard of Pee-wee Kirkland?
No, but I'm Googling, though.
Pee-wee Kirkland played for Norfolk State. He was alleged one of the best basketball players in the 70s, and he sold drugs, right? Yeah. He sold so much drugs and was considered a kingpin in the DMV area. That he, it was a famous story how I think it was the Knicks or something, offered him a contract. He said I make more than that in 1 month.
Damn.
Yeah, well, look up Pee-wee Kirkland. Played for Norfolk State, a straight hooper. He went to prison. He went to prison, but that was kind of his story. He was a straight hooper. Went to college. Everybody wanted to sign him, but he's just caught in the money. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And so, you know, and that's the 70s. It was the 70s.
Shout out to Todd Garland, bro. Yeah. Shout out to Todd Garland, because he was one of the motherfuckers from, like, my generation who, like, went off and played college and actually went overseas. Like, shout out to him for, like, staying consistent. Yeah. Like, those whole thing, through everything, because it's really hard for some of the young boys in this, like, day of time to actually grow, because the environment they in. It's like no outlets. All the people who, like, currently giving back to the joint, they really taken away, because they putting in hopes, and a lot of the colleges are buying up everything in the city, so the kids left to not do nothing. No basketball leagues.
Especially Temple taking
no basketball leagues, nothing. So all the gyms is going to them. So the kids come home and just run the streets and do what they do.
See, I think too. You know what I mean? I'm from the suburbs of New Jersey, right? We live two different lives, right? But of course, like I went to North Carolina A&T, which is a historical black college.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I live life a certain way, right? There was different things, but
right.
on the flip of it, right? All my family is from West Philly, right? Yeah. So I'm one generation removed from being in the streets. You know what I mean? Right. So you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy too. I feel like it's sadly society will look at me with getting opportunities than a kid from Philly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I think even too is that you said about the programs and stuff. I was in youth groups and had mentorships and stuff like that, right? And I feel like people try to import those things, but you can still do that. But if 10 of my friends got the new Jordans on and I don't, it don't matter what positive influence or not. I'm gonna be outside with them. If you see all the girls over there, I'm gonna be with the girls are at. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Be real. You feel what I'm saying? You can you can go to positive stuff. You can do positive things. So I think we have to change the culture around it. You know what I mean? That this is the cool thing to do. This is what you should do. Yeah. People always say that, but I think it takes people like you saying your story to be like this shit. It sounds cool, but it's not fun. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Like when people say certain things, like you know how like you ever sit in the room with somebody and like they have all this never good conversation. But once you be like, yo, let's put some money together, man. Let's get a
crickets.
Crickets. And off is like, I'm out. Like, why is it like that?
See, I think what it is that everybody's a talker, right? There's not a lot of doers, right? Everybody wants to talk about the homeless problem, but how many soup kitchens you went to? You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody want to talk about, we need to, help the kids and, stop the violence. But something that I always think about, right, is if you kill my brother, right? Yeah. Fuck the violence. I'm killing you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it never ends. You kill my cousin now. You know what I mean? And it flips. So it's easy to say, we need to stop the streets, but I think in general it's a bigger problem than that. I think that too. When you see the bigger problem, people say, that's too much, and they start leaning back. You know what I mean? But I always say the only way to tackle a mountain is one pebble at a time. You feel what I'm saying? Sure. And I feel like if people from the jump say, hey, listen, let's start after school programs, let's help you with your homework, you know what I mean? I think it's small things become big things. All my friends is outside, this math is hard, I don't feel like doing my homework, I could be outside having fun with them while they do homework. You feel what I'm saying? So where it could have been after school, there's a program, you're going to teach you my homework. Those times where they are doing dumb stuff, I'm already in there. We playing basketball. They help me with a summer job so I can get money in my pocket. Yeah. They're showing me people who are a little bit older than me and went to college.
Right there, you just get a whole blueprint.
No, it is. If you went back, right? I think too is the age gap. Is adults telling you that, right? But if it was somebody who's 22 telling you that, it's more you're on their level. So if I can come back and say, listen, you can go to college, you can go to Lincoln University, Cheney, a historical black college where people are going to be like you and support you. You can, because I think there's people in the same Yukon who could have been doctors, could have been dentists, could have been engineers, and they were just pushing the right way. You know what I mean? And I feel that's the biggest thing. It's simple as if this homework get hard and I don't feel like doing it and the teachers don't even care about me at this point and there's nothing else to do, and there's 5 girls calling my name. If I step outside, I'm stepping outside. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Where it could be, let's take you away from that environment. You don't have an option. Like after school, you're here, you're there. Now it's 9 p.m. You ask tired, you go to sleep. Yeah. If you do that when you're 12, when you're 13, that becomes a thing. When you're 14, now that's set up. When you're 15, I'm outside with y'all. I'm already made the varsity team. Yeah, I'm trying to hoop. I'm already with the robotics club. Yeah. I'm going to. The money's there. I think that too. People saw this stuff, but they don't see it. You see instant money when you were selling drugs. You don't see you could be a doctor. You know what I mean? You don't see this money right there. So I think that it's the culture, it's the thing around it. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So, but who am I? I just think, you know what I mean?
No, you gave the blueprint from the beginning.
That's all you got to do.
Keep the kids busy is almost as if, like, what can happen if they're busy? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, even people say they play the game too much, but guess what? The kids is busy.
I'd rather you playing 2K than be on these streets.
If they riding their dirt bike every day in the city, that's the only time I notice that people do come together, and they always try to go against that shit, that type of shit. Like, let the kids ride the dirt bikes. Let everybody ride the dirt bikes. You know what I'm saying? Because in the day, it's almost if when they ride, that's the only time we go from West Philly and I go down North Philly. And the motherfuckers, we meet up together on Broad Street.
And no one's mad. Everybody's happy.
We be dabbing his head. Yo, bro, pull that doing up. Like, that's the love. You can't really do that going in a bar. Because the bar already set up to be on angles. Bike likes is to be free, to have a thrill, to also like be enlightened.
So, I would love to hear from your perspective about the criminal justice system in Philadelphia, and how does that affect? Everybody talks about the prison industrial complex and there's a black man and stuff like that, but how do you feel about that from going all things you've been through in and out. Because I'll say, if I was a judge, right, and I saw your past, clearly this is a young man who needs help. You just need to get bumped in the head harder. You need to say, hey, are you okay? Did you know what I mean? Like, what's up? Like, what's the, people want to throw stuff on people, but there's a reason why you was doing that in the first place. You feel what I'm saying? There's a reason you was hanging around these people. So I feel like we're so heavy to get, especially for young people, right? Now, if you're 35 doing the same stuff 10 years straight, I can't help you. But if you're a young child who clearly had a propensity to, he just wants to fit in. So that's what I'm saying. Is like, how do you feel about that system where somebody in the thing could be like, you want therapy? You want to, you know what I mean? You want some, like I feel like that never is there. You know what I'm trying to say?
I feel like the system, as far as the system, is almost like, even when you go into like these facilities, the facilities is filled up like, through tax dollar.
Yeah.
But they filled up like with minority, almost as if it's like, man, I'm not saying like people don't make mistakes, but the chances that they give, kind of like you said, some of the youth, is almost as if you need to find out the problem with them. Like, you can put them in a program that makes them work with others, makes them have to force themselves. When you go into the facilities, it's nothing but more aggression.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, I'm from here, or like that's just how it is, because nobody knows. It's a painted picture through the music, through the painted picture through the movies and all that. So even when you start off in a little group home space, it's always like activated. But maybe the ones I went to, and it's all the person on the prison. Like, you have to be a strong person in your mind, because none of these programs forces you to do better. Like, it costs $50,000 for someone to get rehabilitated just off of drugs.
Wow.
So you think they really care about saving
No.
the system of, and then they put out methadone that's still selling drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Government subsidies they can get money off.
So, and they get billions of dollars behind not having to sell a regular dope.
If you smoke marijuana in Philly, you're going in the back of a car. If you drive 30 minutes from Jersey, there's white people making millions of dollars from it. And I think that's the problem.
Yeah,
you know
for real.
I mean?
And I smoke in Jersey all day.
And so I think that too. But one thing is rehabilitation is that throwing somebody in a cage isn't going to make them better. Yeah. It's really more is going to make them be around people so they can be even better criminals. Because now we're all talking to each other. You know what I mean? And I feel it's funny. There's a show I watch. It's called Lock Up Raw. You ever seen that thing on MSNBC? It chronicles people from prison and interview them, right? And so it's crazy to see the female prisons are so normal, and the male prisons just gang life, all this extra stuff, right? Like, literally, you don't gotta be this hyped up. We could all just be chilling, eating food, and go back to ourselves. But you know what I mean? It becomes a thing, right? But I think it's the mindset. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but the top, like the dog, it's almost as if you put a Rockwell in the room full of dogs, or whoever line, a different species. Like, that's how men are got to show that.
Yeah, that I'm stronger than you. I don't know. You know what I mean?
But jail is not really bad. It's not. Like, if you like say like if somebody like me, I go to jail, I play basketball, I work out, I bullshit and talk, but like I ain't get under the spell with taking meds and getting up all of that. Like I left the streets alone because I was in jail, so I got in, so I joined school. Like I kind of chose to deal with the certain motherfuckers. Like if people in jail got guitars and all that, like you can play guitars, you got keyboards in jails. They got music programs. You got artists.
This was jail in Philly?
No, I'm talking about all across
I
the
know
board.
that.
They got fucking music programs where people come to the Jones and get concerts in the Jones.
So why don't more people do that? Or they do, we just don't hear about it?
No, you just don't hear about it. Like, if you wanted to right now to go to the jails and go maybe
volunteer
do a concert or something there, you can go there. How do you think ARAB got bubbling? He did a jail tour.
Shut up! I never knew that.
Yeah, like these, like you could put your music on the kiosk in jail to like have your people inmates in jail because they can listen to instrumentals on their tablets and all that.
I never knew this.
So it's not like you go in there and it's like a simple thing.
Yeah.
You got basketball leagues, you got football, you got most football leagues, you got baseball. So they try to make people time
go easier.
Yeah, go easier. You got movie night, stuff like that. You can buy ice cream.
So when you was in jail, how did your son take it? Or he was too little, really?
I mean, he took it. He was young, but he knew I was away because they used to bring him, like, to see me and all that. Like, DHS used to bring him to come see me. Like, my son's mother got him back 3 months before I came home from jail. That's not crazy part about it.
Wow.
I ended up getting locked up. She got him back 3 months before I came from jail. She didn't care about the whole time, young boys, and she got him back 3 months. She like, damn, his dad about to come home. such and such. I don't want him to snatch him up. She got him back.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these females, they're not really like, I'm keeping it being with you. If you really want to, like, I go through years and years and I watch my baby mom stay the same and stay where she at.
Wow.
While I elevate. I just got off her giving me child support for $900 a month.
Wait a minute, she was giving you child support?
Yeah, she was giving me child
support. You
support.
are a hero, the black man, sir.
Yeah, child support, bro, where it's like you don't got no job, you don't got nothing going on. You got to be paying child support and all that. And I got one kid, our first kid together, and you end up having 4 more kids.
So why do you think she became who she became?
Benefits, being able to, like when somebody struggle cold-heartedly, they don't have no choice but to get up. Or you gonna hit rock bottom. When you keep giving somebody benefits, see, like I got my baby father cashing in. Cause I went down there, it's like, why you just ain't been come down here? They took me right off. Like, there's no way you doing this and you don't got no job. You getting $1,200 in food stamps, all this shit. So we take you off. I got right off and I cut her off. We don't have a friendship. Like,
that's sad.
And I love my kid, but I was real loyal to her, like, through the past and shit like that.
So your kid currently lives with you?
No, he currently lives with her. But the kid was living with me at a point in time, and I still was paying child support.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I didn't know nothing about it. Just
of course. But once you got in there, yeah. So do you think you'll ever get your son back, or wanted you?
No, I get him married weekend and stuff like that.
Oh, good. Oh.
Like, so I have a real good relationship with my son.
Amazing.
Like, we talk.
I'm about to say that's important.
Yeah. We talk every day. We jugging. Like, we do everything we do. If he gotta go to practice, if he needs some money, whatever the case may be, like, I'm there for him. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
But I was more responsible to say, hey, I'm not gonna run around and have a bunch of kids.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
She was more of the nigga figure than I was. In her mind, thinking like, I'm gonna have a kid with this motherfucker, and you just got one baby father around, and then you put all the pressure on him.
I think that's a, in urbanized areas and stuff, that does come up a lot with like women as men too. If she had programs to say you can do this and that, you know what I'm saying? Right. I think it's a cycle sometimes too. Right. If it's all you see is a certain way, you know what I mean? All you can do is a certain way. 'Cause that's all you know. Right. You know what I'm saying? So now let's talk about you currently in your music. So talk about what's the first single you dropped? Let's start there. What's the first single you dropped? You officially, this is brand new. This is my new hit song. Bro, what was the first single? The first single
I dropped was Lunch Hour. I was dealing with this girl, whatever. This white girl at the time, and I wrote the song. Like, the song kind of matched like everything, like her whole, everything we kind of went through.
Yeah, her energy.
Yeah, the energy. So that was like the first joint I dropped. My popping joint right now is Looking for a Star right now.
Looking for a Star. So, real quick, is your Apple Music, Spotify, all that?
Okay, good. Apple Music, Spotify, Instagram real, Facebook real, TikTok, and all that.
Got you. Sorry. But so, what was your first show and how did that go?
My first show, I can't even remember. Like, really, like my first show. I just know, like, I was singing like a lot of recorded tracks though.
Okay.
Like when I first started performing, I was singing a lot of recorded tracks. Now I'm like more like, I just need the instrumental, and then I'm gonna give them a Daniel Caesar type of vibe, like throughout the joint. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really like to sing over the recorded track anymore, especially like at my level right now. So I just do a lot of instrumentals, and it's most like acoustic guitar. So at some point, I'm going to have someone like be like at the shows, sitting there
playing as you.
Yeah, playing as I go.
Okay, D'Angelo. Okay,
yeah, because that's the type of vibe I want. I don't really care for like recorded tracks.
So what are some of your goals in general? So 5 years from now, we take a spaceship. Where do you want to be at?
I want to be up, man. I want to be up. Not just financially. Like, I want to be able to like heal people, and I want people to understand like where I'm from, that it's possible. Because like if the older people hate, the younger people hate. Young people start hating real young. They don't even understand like, damn, I gotta respect him because he's doing something different. I just want to be up, and I want to be able to like show people that you can make it if you try, because all people just know the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? like you said, where you from is different. Your culture is different. People, in these small communities, or they don't have no hope. They ain't got no drive, and they think anything out of the normal is weird.
Wow. Yeah.
So I just want to be able to make it there and get
so
there.
they can see. Yeah.
So they can see, and also just get back at a high capacity, man. Not even just about like giving you fishes. I want to be able to show some of these motherfuckers like how to fish, because it's like it's not really no more opportunities.
You know too, I thought about this. Everybody wants the fast option. Everyone wants the fast trick to get money, and the only way, you said too, is consistency in the grind.
Yeah.
And even too seeing it. So like I had a mentor in life, shout out Mr. Chris, but he's a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
So all my life I see him with a nice car. He was married. He was happy. You know what I mean? People love him. They're like, oh, what's up, Chris? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, nice clothes. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so then me go, if I work hard, I could be like Mr. Chris. He seemed pretty happy. He ain't missing no meals. I've been to his house. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. There's somebody to see that. But if you're in small communities, you don't see Mr. Chris's. You know what I mean? Thing here. So I think that too. So but he also told me that it takes time to become a lawyer. It takes time to see it, right? A lot of people say, I want to do that, that's doing too much. People always say that. Oh, that's taking too much, that's doing too much. That's, of course, out in the ordinary, but when you think about it, anything that's worth anything takes the time to grow. You feel what I'm saying?
That's the thing about that. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, basically, I read that when I started doing this, I wanted to take the time to, like, use this to actually better myself.
Yeah.
Because I end up getting a lot of connections by this. I don't care if it's, like, getting tags for your car, if it's getting good, decent cars. Like, I got nothing but foreign cars. Like, I get a lot of connections. Even if somebody want to scam, when you do music, bro, you learn all these different shit by just networking. Even though I'm not saying that's, like, what I'm on, scamming and nothing like that.
I get what you're saying, though. Yeah. So much the world gets into you.
Yeah.
So I have a question, too, because I feel like nowadays a lot of people say music's changed. People, you know what I mean, all this, like, lazy... these white kids going bippity boop on TikTok, right? So like, how do you feel in a sea of people kind of BSing it, ghostwriters, extra stuff? How do you feel you're gonna cut through that? You feel what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of people are saying now, or even I think sometimes, is that what's getting pushed by the mainstream isn't really the real. Like the song I just showed you, it's a good ass song. Yeah. But why is that now on Power 99? You feel what I'm saying? So like, how do you feel about that?
Well, for one, Philly don't really like. They're not like the R&B city anymore. Even with Kenny Gamble and them.
Gamble and Huff,
Gamble Huff, when they running this shit, it was more like that because the old gangsters was R&B motherfuckers back in the day. Everything was different back in the day. Nowadays, everybody raps, so the people who like running the motherfuckers is like, it's like different. Like, you think of people I'm related to, I'm related to Jaguar Wright. That's my peoples.
Yeah.
I'm related to Muhammadiyah.
Yeah.
DJ Drama lives on 34th and Hartford, growing up. Like, if you think about Milano, Jonica, like, these all are people like that I kind of like to be around. So we have enlightened people, but I just feel like R&B in the city is not like really the thing. But now everything that's pops is also about the line and the bar in it, because they making bars like hot like topics, and they making dances hot things. That's all the labels is on. If we can take a short genre thing and make it a long thing, and also being able to get something that's going to die itself out, because the way shit is set up now is almost as if you sign a deal, you are going to sign a life insurance policy with that label. So if you're not going to pay them their money, they're gonna get you the fuck out of here.
So have you ever been offered deals or people trying to sign you?
No, yeah, I had a deal between last year with Dre London for $2.5 million. I had a festival coming up. I got that shit. I got locked up on my block. Somebody said I had a gun. And the cops locked me up. I never had a gun. I sat for 3 months. So that's like a no call, no show.
And then the deal fell through?
Yeah, no, it went back. It was like, all right, well, we're not really, he's gone, so what we going to do?
That's absolutely. So I would say, right, now you don't listen to me at all what I'm about to tell you, right? Yeah. I think you should be independent so you can keep your masters and your publishing. I know, I get it. And a lot of people was like, well, it's here. But I also say is that the money's in your masters and your publishing, and no one can tell you what you can and cannot do. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of times people sign people just so they get you out the way. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah.
That's another
See,
thing.
I know I'm hip.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing. So I be having, like, if people don't know, I had attempts from New Lane. I had attempts from like a few people, but it's also as if I want to be big as your artist, your main artist. I want to be bigger than your main artist.
Yeah.
So it's almost as if like some of the things I couldn't do. Like like some of the situations, some of the stuff I can't do. But at this point in time, I realized, all right, if someone do say, hey, I'm gonna give you a deal, as an R&B artist, you don't really have to drop songs like all the time.
Of course,
like, if you drop a song and that song makes fucking 20 million, 10 million, get them motherfuckers their money back because they didn't give you no more than a fucking $1 million. What people do is they get too caught up in these loopholes, taking advances, and all this shit. If they get $1 million, make your $1 million first year, pay them their money back. Now, pay them their money back. You have nothing but position to make leverage. Mm-hmm. Now you got this deal. I need this to be such. The label's not really giving nobody. I'm giving you this album deals. They taking chances and then giving you 2 years, first year, and then you can discuss your deal because they're not taking the risk of losing no money.
How do you? Cause I was saying, because you're a little older. I must say, because I'm 25. How old are you?
27.
27, right? So I also say that music changed from CDs to streaming to, you know what I mean? We seen music change right in front of our eyes, right? I remember LimeWire, you feel what I'm saying? Dat Piff, you know what I mean? Yeah. We was, funny story, when Meek Mill dropped Dream Chasers 2.
Dat Piff, yeah.
Yeah, my people was going so hard to download it, it shut down the server in our school system. People kept going to try to download it, right? So like that's the because I'm right across. I remember I'm from South Jersey, so like when like Jersey club music was popping, I see everything like the rise and fall and stuff, right? Because I saw people buying CDs. I remember my mama buying College Dropout, Kanye West at Target. Then I saw people,
that wasn't even that long ago.
See, you know what I'm saying? And people would have those little free MP3 download apps on your phone. You'll download it, and then in turn, people pushing their music on YouTube, right? A lot of stuff was YouTube music, and now it's streaming, right? Yeah. So I feel 2 of these deals, it's hard to get 2-3 album deals because the album isn't sold how album used to be sold. So of course everything's on single, everything's going to pop on TikTok, everything is here. But something for me I always see is that there's no artist development. People are here today, gone tomorrow, right? So what do you think you can do to stay 10 years from now we still bumping your stuff?
I'm keeping it being. Everything, that's crazy. Everything I went through has prepared me from like now and forward, because all the jail, all the maybe heartbreaking, all the people turning their back on you, that all gives you more things to like talk about. It also gives you more of a better understanding. Like I remember one time she just talked about love, like all that. Yeah. My family turned on me, my friends turned on me. Now I got more to talk about. Now I'm aiming for talking about like the boys Tusi was talking about. Like I'm aiming for now. That's my thing now with the singing shit. I feel like all the experiences will make you better. If somebody just drop you off at the top of the mountain, most likely you're gonna fall. Yeah. If you climb up that motherfucker, bro, you know how to stay everything, around. Bro. You know how to stay on ground. You know elevation. You know everything. You know the temperature's gonna change the higher you go up. So basically, I'm just like, far as like everything I went through, I'm kind of ready.
Yeah, you have content.
I don't care about nobody feelings. I don't care about nobody getting to me. None of that. You know what I'm saying? None of that really matters.
So, currently, what are some songs? Even better. What are your top 5 albums? It could be anything, but it's your top 5. This is my Joan albums.
Bro, I like the boy J Howell right now.
Okay.
He frying everything right now. I like Usher.
Okay, Usher.
I like Justin Bieber. That's like one of my favorite artists. I keep saying it.
Respect that.
And then I'm gonna say one more. I wouldn't even say album. I just like
people,
like old school. Like I would listen to like mixture of old school music. I just like the way that feels. Like when I'm driving, I'm in the crib. Cause I like everybody. I don't really have a like. I like everybody, but I listen to a different.
Yeah. I would say top 5 for me is there's a rapper called MF Doom. You ever heard of him?
No.
MF Doom is one of the best independent rappers ever. He has an album called Doomsday. It's got it on vinyl, right? Amazing. One of my top favorite bars. One of his top favorite bars is I keep talking in my head. I told that nigga shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You keep talking all that shit, you're gonna fuck my money up. But it don't matter because I got this because I'm going to stay up.
It's conscious.
Yeah. But it's bars. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about real shit.
Yeah, it's
I got the nigga talking head told him shut the fuck up. Other than like, he just bars, right? I like Stevie Wonder's Hotter Than July. Yeah. There's a song called Rocket Love. It's one of my favorite songs. And All I Do. And then third, I'm going to say, I can't remember what people say, Kanye West, College Dropout. I know he ain't the best right now, but Kanye West, College Dropout is the Joan. 4, I'm going to say Outkast, Quemini. Yeah. That's a little thing that spoke to me. And then 5, I would say, top 5 albums, that's really hard. But if I had to just swing on it, I'm going to say there's an album from Anita Baker, Sweet Love. Right. Yeah. I'm a big vinyl record collector. I'll say I have the best vinyl record collection of anybody. Yeah. I stand by it. But yes, that's my top 5 albums. But I feel like I like, soulful music. Right. That's a big thing. I love like the samples and that nature. I would say people I listen to right now is more, like Her and people like that. I love like people who could play like instrumentation and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you something. Mm-hmm. I like a lot of the sampling beat with like the older like with people singing over them. Mm-hmm. But is they like okay like nowadays to like if you get someone like make you a sample to actually make that as a single?
In terms of you mean like if you're singing the song?
Yeah, because I know you can always monetize, right? Mm-hmm. Monetize the
because the thing is you have to clear the sample first.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying, but is it okay to make singles like that? Like Keisha Cole, she got a sample right now that Tusi, it's like a voiceover they use. I just want to use them, but I never use them. Is they okay to like use them type of joints for singles?
Yeah.
Because the girl, she just got, what's her name? Collie Ray.
Yeah, Coily Ray. Yeah.
Time for the night.
Yeah.
She just brought that whole sample back and just went crazy.
Yeah. No, I feel like music's music. Period. So.
And Mario, Just a Friend, that wasn't his shit, was it?
Oh baby, you got what I. Yes.
That wasn't even his shit. That was a whole song.
Biz Markie.
Yeah, that was that shit was a hit single.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what people like. All right. Listen, you gotta cover some Teddy P. Close the door. You gotta come. You gotta come with some heat. Come with that real Philly stuff, bro. We gotta. Yeah, I'll be tough. Yes.
Cause I listen to a lot of that shit, but I just never like. I listen to it and I write over it and I use it for like what you call it.
It's Norm something, but it's called like You Are My Starship. Yeah. I forgot who sings it. But your song, you know what I'm talking about or no? It's like You Are My Starship, come take me home tonight. And don't be late. I can't sing, y'all.
It's about Teddy Pendergrass?
No, not Teddy Pendergrass. It's on my phone. So this is. Wait a second.
This sound like. It sound like a little. What you going?
Norman Connors.
All right.
Look that up. Norman Connors, You Are My Starship. That's what you got to cover. That's my jam.
Right. You got to send it to me.
Yeah, I'm going to send it right now. That's the jam, people.
Nah.
First of all, do I have your number? That's right there.
Yeah, I think you do.
This type in just in case.
All right.
We're doing things.
Uh-huh.
But yes, that's the song I say you should sing and cover. Because that's something that is a bars, but no one really haven't really heard about it. Yeah. So it would be like, oh, what's this jam? Yeah. Like, I didn't know. Who was it? Of course, like, I'll Always Love You is by Dolly Parton and Whitney Houston covered it. Yeah. But it was another song that, like, there you go. It's from Luther Vandross. What's that John? But it's a cover I never knew. I think it's Superstar. Hey, Superstar. But I'm not texting the thing right now. But yeah, that's the John that.
Yeah, bro. I whatever fly vibes you got, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just send it to you. But yeah, you gotta listen to it. But anyway,
y'all college motherfuckers, y'all be having like the source to all the hot music.
So I always say, the best thing I did was go to a historical black college, right? A lot of people talking about HBCUs nowadays with Deion Sanders and stuff. For me, I'm not gonna around. My HBCU got money. We was chilling out here in Greensboro, North Carolina, right? Yeah. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, so I'm in a fraternity. Yeah. So I gained a lot going to HBCU. But I think what I gain most is this information where they want black people to be successful, right? Like my degree was in public relations, right? So I learned about like media training, what that really means, right? Social media marketing, what is SEO, like how to put yourself in positions in like marketing, and you know how you find your base. And I think those things, you know, they don't want to tell you gets the game. You know what I mean? I know about how to properly use an LLC. What's the difference between an S corp and a C corporation? You know what I mean? What's tax deductible? A lot of people want to go on TurboTax, but you don't even know what you're even signing away. So I think that's the type of things I gain. And that's how I wish too, is that when people think about college, they make it seem like this grandiose thing, right? But HBCUs, that's what they're there for. You know what I mean? There's a lot of young men and women who are from the Detroit, Chicago, from them trenches, but want to make their life better, right? And you know what I mean? There's Lincoln, there's Cheney, there's Delaware State, you know what I mean? And nothing against them, but they're hard to get into. You can make something work, you know what I mean? So I feel like, but people don't talk about that even. Like there's a place where black teachers, black police officers, black professors, black swim coaches who want you to eat. And I feel like that's what I gained from going to college, especially through a historical black college, because I met people who are, two of my line brothers are, you know, officers in the military, or, you know what I mean, they're dentistry school. One brother's being a veterinarian, and I know people are going to be lawyers, and, you know what I mean? So now when you get around people like that, you want to be better, because they over here being nice, rich, and bougie. You want to be nice, rich, and bougie, too. I'm not saying it's the environment, but that's why I'm always a proponent. A lot of people say, the most people who say you don't need college, never went. And I always say, too, if they're not doing better than you, I'll listen to your advice. Like if you say, oh, that's stupid, where are you at right now? Like, how are you? You don't know what I'm saying? Janice Bryant Howard is you probably never heard of her, but she's a billionaire. She's one of the only black female billionaires, and she went to my college. I actually got to meet her one time. Amazing woman, right? But those people that come from HBCU, the alumni, I can go on about historical black colleges, but I'm definitely a big proponent when your son gets old enough. Think about it. You know what I mean? Perfect. But I think it's a great place. Plus, too, I'm from New Jersey. I went all the way down to North Carolina, right? So just seeing different people in general, I love, right? You know what I mean? Like, I have a best friend from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I would never even heard about Detroit music and, you know, stuff like that. And, excuse me, I'm from Chicago. I'm from the country and 252. The room don't know what time it is. And I'll say Baby Tron and all them people, right? So I think it's just exposure. Like we said before, it all goes back to getting exposure. You know what I mean? And seeing things. Because I think when you see it, you know it's possible.
That's real.
Yeah, and you can touch it. I think that's the thing too. So also too, I tell everybody this. What is some advice you want to give to people out there? Is there any quotes or any things that stick to your mind? Like, for example, I always say, it's an African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I think I'm gonna find by that. But what's your quotes?
I mean, I believe that as well, what you said, because I kind of like, in order to, like, you know, shape and mold yourself, you can't really listen to too many outsiders, because you're going to be coming. It's almost as being a popular girl in school and she has like sidekicks behind her. They never be themselves. They never gonna figure out it is. So I just feel like a lot of times you can find yourself out like just being by yourself. So I cut everybody off for a reason, because I wanted to go somewhere and I want to like make something of myself. Like I'm a motherfucker from the streets, shot somebody, sold drugs. Like I'm singing. You know what I'm saying? So that actually made me more genuine as a person, made me more soft as a person, gave me more character as a person. You know what I'm saying? And meeting people from all different lives of the fucking, you know, the world.
It's a fight every time. I love what you do. I love how you move. You go and get the bag. In the club, popping bottles, independent chick. I fell in love with you. Beauty in the street, but a freak in the bed. I love the way that you ride, it got me tripping all in the head. I caught a spell from you. You know you're different, girl. You forever be my soldier, oh no limit, girl. And yeah, you got my heart.